I have a few things. Some things are old, and some things are new. But even the new things are old, right? So I wanted to show y'all some new magazines and books that I got from the same person who I got all of those Victorian magazines from that I showed in a previous video, right? And I had been waiting because she wrote me a couple weeks ago, maybe about 2.5 weeks ago. She wrote me and she said that she found some more of those magazines that she had overlooked. And so she said, am I interested? And I said, I'm interested. And then I was going to meet with her, but then she had a fall. And so she wanted to, recover and get herself together and everything before I was going to pick them up. So I picked them up on yesterday. And then she also gave me this antique piece of furniture that was like I guess it's like a little, it's not really like a, hey, mate, hi, Meatball, how are you? It's not like a nightstand, but it's like a cabinet that you can put stuff on the shelf here and then maybe books at the bottom here, and then it has a pull-out drawer, and it looks like it might have been two shelves at one point, but it's very pretty. It's a nice piece of furniture. I got it upstairs already, so I can't show you that. I should have thought about it, but I wanted to use it right here, but I'm just like, I don't have no space right here until I can unpack my house and do something like that. Meanwhile, I got the magazines. I got the magazines, and I went to do my laundry last night and discovered something. So I'm going to show y'all that. But meanwhile, we got to clean off this table because we can't get nothing done. And I was like, listen, are we going to clean the table off or and do a video or we not? So this is two of the books, and we're coming back. I use these as my thumbnail, right? But this is two. I'm gonna come back to this, but right now, I gotta clean up this table because this table is incredible. Okay, hello. Well, thank you so much. And so look at this. I got cleaned up, right? And this whole mound over here, this stuff falling all over the place. And I'm like, I got to do something with this over here. So we're going to clean up and get the table straightened out and everything so we can look at something because I have no crafting space. I got stuff up there for projects I'm working on. I got stuff here keeping up with trying to catch up on my collaging series or my, two faith-filled collaging and one hashtag 126 pics. So I got two things there and two things here. And this is, you know what I'm saying, just over here like this. Just put it to the side and let it go, and that's where we at. Look at this. It's yet doing some kind of avalanche. So I can't hardly get to, hello there. I can't hardly get to the videoing because sometimes it's just like too much. You got to clean the table. Got the fan sitting right here. I'm sitting right there. I have no space, I have no space. So we're going to clean up here. I had this is all draped over because usually it's just around this little antique lamp that's standing here and everything like this. So I can keep up with an extension cord on the go when I need to use the heating lamp or, something that requires a longer extension for the plug up, okay? So I'm trying to do this with one hand and everything. Cards, please don't fall, because these cards are rebellious. And, I like my cards. So sometimes I keep them a real long time. They for Mother's Day and all of that. My birthday, Mother's Day together up there. So, and Valentine's Day. Okay, so we got to clean this stuff up here because we're using it and setting it to the side. So, and what good is a let's clean up video? You can't see what I'm cleaning. So I'm trying to hold it with one hand. See, I got all of this over here. I got to put this stuff together over here. Okay, because this is what we're using. And I saw my daughter last night and today and didn't give her these seeds. She keeps saying, I need some sunflower seeds. Now, she don't usually eat sunflower seeds. I be eating them all the time. I've been collecting all of this, y'all, because this is for my YouTube short stuff that I ain't started yet. But I keep on collecting all this stuff for it, right? For like it's coming out. I'm not going to explain it. Meanwhile, let's come on over back here and everything. And we trying to, you know what I'm saying? Everything is all about journals and blue things in my life outside of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So we just trying to get things situated and everything like that. We're gonna look at that bag right there in a few minutes because that's the thing that I discovered last night when I was doing laundry and everything. So let's move this book, set this in my lap, and then let's try to organize this stuff that's sliding and falling, and I'll be catching it and just pushing it, and it's in a mound over here looking crazy. Okay? All right, we was using that for painting. We'll set that up there. And then we got these bags because this stuff we're using for our book page journal that we pulling from. Okay, then I pulled this the other day while I was making a book page journal entry or something, whatever you call it, you know. And I need to straighten that up so I can slide it. It's hard to do this stuff with one hand, okay? But I need to straighten them up so that I can fold this and slide it back in its home right here between these bends, okay? All right. Now we pretty much in order. We just been making stuff, and when we tear these bags to make something we can paint on and all that kind of stuff, then it becomes something that's setting off to the side. But we still want to use this paper because this is craft paper. You know, it's just brown paper bag, but you can use it for that book page journal or any other kind of journal that you're using, or when you're painting or whatever. So we saving all this. We just haven't gotten a chance to put it where it belongs. All right, so let's get up because we have to move some stuff around. Okay, because that's what this is. This is a clean with me type of journal. I mean, type of video. See, and then we save all of this brown paper and we put it. See, I don't really want this right here because it's hiding. This is all the journal covers that I made recently, right? I made, I think, 10 of them, and they're in here. And I already had this one that wasn't in what I made that day. But I made this out of a box and a piece of 12 by 12 paper. Okay, so we're going to make journals soon. It's coming up. So I'm collecting my items and my ideas and getting things situated. But while I'm pulling this paper, I can't put that right there because it's hiding that little tag. I don't want it to hide that. So the extra paper is over here with brown paper bags and what you call it, Amazon packaging. Okay, so this all our junk mail. When you get the junk mail and stuff like that, we've been through all of this. We've been cleaning this stuff and organizing all this kind of junk mail that they be sending you. You know, this kind of stuff like that coming from phone stores and things. We've been organizing all the stuff so that it's ready and all our envelopes are in the front and we can use, you know, things like this. We got a whole bunch of church bulletins and all of that stuff, newspaper and everything. We've been organizing so that we can have things situated, okay? And then this is the kind of thing you use, cracker box, cookie box, you know, pasta box, those kinds of things we use so that we can actually make a journal. Okay, so we save these boxes, we flatten them and we put them up here in this tote where we have all kinds of different boxes and sizes and things like that in this tote up here. Okay, that's what that is. And then this is extra little stuff. All this stuff is junk journal. This stuff will take your house over. Okay, I'm not even going to talk about all this. Y'all see it? It's so neat and clean. Nobody don't even know what's going on, right? But it's my books. And so this, I said I ain't gonna talk about it. I'll talk about it another day. Let's hold that thought. We'll come back. I ain't gonna tell y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all. I know somebody wanna know, but I ain't gonna tell you. So, anyway, this is our glue book. We'll have a chunky monkey, but it's doing something. Okay, let's see. Can you see it? This is our glue book, our very first one. So that's the kind of thing that I'm gonna be doing with all of this stuff right here. All of that is gonna get a glue book. Okay, so we saving all these kinds of things that we come across because we have this book here and we about to use it. See, it's like a composition notebook that I found at school that they didn't need. They were going to throw it out, but it's just plain paper. I've never seen one like this. And I asked the administrator, can I have that book? And she said, you can have it. So that's what we're saving this one for. I might have to open this tape up and put a new spine on it or whatever because it's going to get big and we know that. So that's what that book is for. And we getting this stuff together, straightened up over here because this is the most. So this is something I was making at school. We have six tables in our classroom, and the teacher wanted me to make like a tag to say red and purple and green and yellow for all of the tables for our kindergartners. And when I just outlined the paper like that, then I say this is a cool paper to put in a journal. So I just folded it and brought it home. I save all that kind of stuff. But when we're making stuff, we just be kind of setting it off to the side. So we have to move all of these things and get this stuff situated, kind of situated and put it in a way where we can put something away if it needs to go away. And then we're going to keep that right there. But this paper, this is the long paper that I was working on. And this is another one that I was working on. And we're going to fold it, and it's going to find its way into somebody's journal. Okay? That's what we do with this stuff. Because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Okay? So we're going to put this one with that other one right here. And then we'll add this over. Let's fold that back. Over here to our junk mail bag where we can keep up with extra papers like that. And then over here, this paper is from me working on my children's book, and I needed the legal size paper, so I have this here. That's why I wasn't making videos like the end of August, 1st of September, because I was busy with this work here. And this paper goes over here up under there, like under this. And I can't put it there because I am only holding the phone with one hand and I have no other hand space. So we're going to slide it on top. And then when I'm off video, I can resituate it, okay, so that it gets back here where it lives. Because everything needs to have a home, okay? Everything needs to have a home. And how I do. Oh, I don't like when you dump the thing back. So now we have some of our papers. This is all cardstock. And I was making a journal for my sister for her graduation gift. So that's why I have all these pretty papers out and I never put them away. So I have to slide them into the box they belong in. And this tissue paper goes with the tissue paper. And we will fold this over one more time. Let's see. Can we fold it? Yes, we can. We won't put too many wrong creases in it because then, you know, tissue paper not that forgiving. You're going to have to iron it. We're not ironing no paper over here that I know about. You know, it could come out, but I don't know. So let's move our mail. These are just empty, and this one is real mail. So we put that up there. Here's some more legal paper that we need to take over here again and put this up here one more time. Okay? Because when you're telling somebody you're cleaning up or you're organizing or whatever, they want to know what you're doing and where you're putting it and how it works out for you and everything and what your mess looks like. And, some people into that kind of stuff because I sure be watching that kind of thing myself when these crafters be cleaning up their little tables and workspace and they be all under the table saying, see all of the mess I have? And it's like, right, I got that. I ain't the only one. I got two. So we save these things too. Put these back over here with all the envelopes. And they're in size order. So the bigger, larger ones like this are back here. And the letter size ones are up the front. Okay? So that's what we're doing there. And then this is a whole journal right here by itself. So it's a News China magazine, kind of like a Time Life magazine. And I took this off. I've been collecting different things, cutouts and different things from magazines when I do glue pages. And I've been finding stuff that's going to be really cool to add to an Asian style journal. So that's what this book is all about. And when I find it, I just, you know, add it to this and clip it all together and everything. And then I bought this whole packet of, I guess it's like a, what you call it, a scrapbook packet type of thing, scrapbook paper packet that I got from Temu, and it's very pretty, and I put that up here. That's from one of my Temu hauls. So I've been collecting, so this is a whole project that's just waiting for me to do it, and projects set up here on top, which means that, I can't really access these containers that have all kinds of things in it sometimes because it's packaged like all those things over there, right? So I can add it to my journal. And I ain't ate the cracker yet, but this is some more stuff here. I wonder if this Asian, no, it's just some ephemera type of stuff. Because when all my house was still in storage, I had to buy little things and start collecting again. I didn't know when the stuff was coming home. When I was sitting in here with nothing to do, saying, this ain't good, I gotta buy something. And I bought some more stuff. Not that I needed it, but because I didn't have anything here. Okay? So that's what we had to do. And we ended up with doubles and triples. Now this is another composition book that I did like this so that I can use it for some kind of whatever it is, learning and all of that. Which I have a couple of these floating around in here. So I'm gonna put this over here on this table that I just finished cleaning out an old bag that I used to be traveling with when I didn't have a car. I had like a pull suitcase type of bag, and I had to carry all this stuff in it because, I'm not young and I don't want to have all this stuff and no bag on my shoulder. You can have creams and things, lotions and cough drops and all that. So we put all this stuff over here. And now we got a car, we can put something in the glove box and in the armrest thingy and all that kind of stuff. Now that we got a car again, okay? Because we ain't had no car for a while. Now this was a page that I was creating in that altered book, and that's two of them, okay, that I painted on. And again, these get folded because they too will end up in a journal somewhere. So we save all our paper when we're doing, different things because, you know, it's all a part of a journal at some point in some way. I'm trying to fold it in a way that doesn't double or crease. All right, we're just going to go this way. We can redo it later, okay? And we're going to add that to these papers here that has the Crayola marker on it. And we put that there. Okay. So now, we almost down to the bottom of this little mayhem pile, okay? So these are papers that I have here on purpose because when I'm making a journal, sometimes I fold the papers and stick this up that I collected. Sometimes I fold the papers and, well, I took this off something, but I'll see in a minute. Sometimes I pull the papers for my journal, and then when I'm starting, then I find that I don't have enough papers. So I said, listen, just put some extra paper over here so you don't have to leave like the video table where you're working at, and just put them here. So this extra tea dyed and coffee dyed paper stays here on purpose, and these papers, which are painted, they stay here so that I can just pull from them when I need them while I'm crafting, and I don't have to move away from the table. But sometimes you do have to move away from the table because you just don't have what you're looking for, especially when you are an amateur like myself. So now I got this extra white paper because even when I'm doing my collage work, sometimes it's like, I think I don't want to use this paper. I want to add a different piece to it or something like that. So we just keep this stuff nearby, okay? And then this is cardstock because that always comes up. Like, man, I need a piece of cardstock. So I just try and have this stuff here. This right here is what I call my ugly paper. I don't like this paper at all. It's all textured, but some of it is pretty like this, and it's just hard cardstock paper. But this stuff like this, I don't like this at all. It's ugly. It looks like it's uh, cream in the film, but it's really not. It's really like dirty looking and everything. I don't even know what's going on with it. But some of it is textured and okay, but I keep this out in case I want to use this for the inside of a journal. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm tapping with the phone. I was tapping with the phone to straighten that all up. This is my folder with my stencils. I just was tapping it, y'all, because this was just like doing whatever it wanted to do, and I was trying to keep it all together and everything. All right, so this is more of that paper. I'm gonna move it over here. Move this. That's a cardstock, and this is all book page stuff that I need. Okay, and now we're down to the end. Okay, so now that's what we need here. Now let's see. This is a book. Let's see what's in it. Just regular notebook paper. Okay, so I probably said I was going to use this for a glue page book too. And that's probably why it's right here. So now that we have situated all of that, my stencils are here. Okay, I got a whole bunch of different kinds of stencils. So they're right here. They always sit here. Okay, now we get into nitty gritty. Let's get the ugly paper pad and put this here because this gives us some kind of leverage on the end of this table so everything can sit nice and act right. Okay? Okay, so that's how that is. Then the cardstock I usually have on the edge like this so I can feel it and know that this is cardstock. This is extra book paper, lined paper, right? So that's what this is. And sometimes you need that kind of stuff too. All right, now you're putting this stuff together and we finished. This is a white cardstock and the other one is a manila cardstock. So let's move this and keep that on top. Oh, I don't know why it's fuzzy, fuzzy, fuzzy. Okay, so we got two kinds of cardstock. We got white and we got manila. Okay, now we're getting there, y'all. We're almost finished. This feel on this regular paper. So where's the regular paper pile? It's thick. It's right here. Okay, this regular copy paper and this regular copy paper. And you can put this right there and put this. What's this? That's manila or ivory regular copy paper, but it's just that color. Okay, because I don't want to always be tea dyeing, coffee dyeing. I need something that's on the ready. Okay, so now let me flip this camera for a minute. And then y'all can see me standing here trying to organize this because I can't like shuffle the paper so they can stand up so that I can use the paper when I need it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to do. See where it's at so I can pull from it while I'm sitting right there. And it'd be right there at my fingertips kind of thing. But I can't do it and hold the phone. So I'm trying to hurry up and do that. Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all. Right? And then we're getting these papers situated that are coffee and tea and put them all together. Okay? All right. Now let's see. Got one whole pile of it. Now that's there. The painted papers there. I dropped it. Okay, now y'all ain't going to look at me. Y'all gotta look over here. Okay, so now we got that all piled up good, and we'll put this here. And this is a piece of wax paper, like a this. When you buy a book of stamps, they give it to you in this big thing, just like this. And that's like, okay, let me save this. It's like parchment paper, wax paper, whatever you want to call it. And I need to keep it. So we have this. Let's see. This is just a bag. We keep these bags when they come up because something could go on. I made this for myself for my book. I made this for me for my book. So let me just slide this on over here. So cute, right? Just a little bookmark that I made. So I'll just put that over there on this table. And then our extra bags we usually put like right here so we can find it. This is our paint center and all of that. We got paint to put away from the other day. So let's finish with this paper stuff first. Because this stuff is sitting here. Okay, now I gotta turn the screen around again because I had to put the phone down one more time to find where this paper goes because I got several piles of paper over here. Okay, let's turn it again. This is an interesting video, right? This is an interesting video. So let's move these seeds and put these in the chair and then put the cord over here. Keep our power cords for our computer and our printer right there. And this Bible, y'all, I was going to restore this Bible. And I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it because it's just pretty, but it's old. It's a new revised standard version, but look how old it is. Look how it looks. It's, and then it's all rough and everything. So I was thinking about it. I'm still working on it in my mind. And that's what this paper, this cardboard here is all about. Okay, so I cut a box down to make this become the covers for that Bible. And I'm going to wrap it in some fabric. And that's what I'm thinking about. But it ain't right now. It's not for this video. Okay, I don't think. Okay, so this is my box. This is my box. My first piece of scrapbook paper box. I bought it at the thrift store like this. I always share that. Still got the price on it, $3.99 for all of this stuff that's in this box. And I organized it and everything. So every time I'm using paper and I got extra pieces like this to set on my table, they go into the scrap box like this. And then I'll come back and sort it into the Ziploc bags that I have created for the sizes. But at least it can stay in there and be neat, and I know where it is. Okay, so that's what I'm doing over here. Moving all the pretty paper over there. Put this back for the Bible that we're thinking to restore. And the Bible right there. And then this box here. This is page stuffers, stuff for junk journals in here. And then I got two more up there. One, two. Ephemera and just stuff that you be working on when you're working on it so that you'll have something to add to the journal, okay? So we got these things happening. Okay, now we down to the cover of that book that I altered in this magazine. So I'm going to just put this on top so I can keep up with this little thing. I don't know what it is all the way, um, but it must be like, oh, I think it's templates. I think that's what this is, a bag of templates, okay? When I was learning how to do something, okay? I'm still learning how to do something. This more paper, golly, I cannot get all the paper in one place. Let's see. I'm going to just slide this one on top of the painted paper underneath that dollar store craft board when I ain't have one here because it was in storage, okay? Now I got all of them here. Okay, so now we got that, and then this doesn't really need to be up here. I'm going to put this over here with the tissue paper. Okay, leave that one over there. And then I think we're ready to sit down now, I think. Okay, we got to move this, and this little cute purse surfaced the other day. I bought it from Temu. It was only like $6 or something, $5 and some change. And look what happened when I started carrying it. I said, I ain't sending it back. I'll just figure out what I want to do with it or tear it up and use it for scraps, put it in a journal, whatever like that. But it still has money in it or something. So we'll put that up there, and that'll be fine. And this we get ready to apply somewhere, okay, to some place in this house. And all of this is extra stuff here, page, and ends to reinforce. Oh, let's move that because I ain't seen that in a minute. I knew it was over here, but I didn't know where because it wasn't right in my eyesight and everything. But this is just all pieces of cardboard here to reinforce spines and everything on the ready. And this little book is just something cute, just the cutest little book that I got for $2.99, right? That's what that is. It's just the cutest book. You know what I'm saying? Just cute. Yes, so I'm going to keep this right here. Okay, now we got to move all of that. And this is different things, different projects up here. There's pieces of projects. Okay, like this one. This is a box. You see what it is, but it's going to be a part of that journal. Not journal, that, what you call it, that blue page book. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. Trying to organize something, get something together so we can play in a way that helps us to be focused while we're playing, okay? This goes in one of these buckets, but every time I'm getting ready to make one, I got to move everything. So I told myself, girl, just leave one out, okay? So we left one out. Put that there. That should be in the drawer, but it can stay there. This goes here. We'll put that in there because we're using that. And then we can put this here and just leave that in there too. And then let's put this paper out my hand in the trash. And then we have this book. Go back over here. Let's see. All right, that's templates. Okay, we're gonna put this new book that's coming up there. We're gonna put this one right here. And then this one on top. Okay. All right. So that's what we got. And now everything on the end of the table is kind of neat. All right. Kind of neat. We can work with something. Okay. What is this here? I'm not sure how I'm using it. My nose is running. And I hate to be sniffling and everything. But we have to, keep things in order. You can't do nothing about sinuses and everything. They draining in some kind of way. You got to do something, okay? And so I do apologize. I don't want to be seeming like I'm not focused or ignorant or rude or anything like that, because that's not it. But some people, feel a kind of way. So you have to just pause and think about all the things. Now we have these, and these I'm going to set over here in this box, because this box is like all ephemera, just for cleaning my table. Okay, we keep that nearby. But this is like ephemera on the ready that I can have. And then put that back over there. And then we're down to this cup in here because I'm about to be cutting this piece off of this cup. And I ain't did it yet. It's just had ice water in it. So it's been sitting there for days, okay? Last Sunday I went to that place and it'll be Sunday again tomorrow. All right, so we put our tissue here because we keep our tissue when we paint and we don't keep getting no paper towel, costs money and everything. We only dab in a little, what you call it, a little paintbrush on there. We keep getting paper towels. We use the same one. When it gets saturated, we add one or two to it, and then it becomes a big ball. And once it gets all thick and it's been used a ton of times, then we may get rid of it. But other than that, it's just paint and water. Okay, it's just paint and water. It's going to dry. We leave it here, let it dry, and then we keep going. Okay, so we are situating and getting stuff together on the table. I found this old Band-Aid package today because I found an old box of Band-Aids that was at my grandparents' house years ago. And yeah, we need that. See, that's why we have the Advil box because we're using that and the cough drop papers. And we got a couple other things that are like medicinal that go with a glue page idea because all these things are a part of life, not just the things that we eat, but things that we clean our bodies with, hygiene and all that kind of stuff. You know, you can add all of that to a journal and or glue page is what I mean and everything. And that's how they go. So we got these things kind of situated over here. And I'm just always trying to process the stuff. Every time I put something in place to save for something that's upcoming, I say, but when you going to start? And I keep saying, I'm going to start, I'm going to start, I'm going to start. And I am, but you know, you got to do what you can do when you're doing it. And then when you get the time to do the thing you're trying to do, then you do that. But you can't put off everything because you're trying to do a thing. You do it as you go. And I'm trying to create a thing. So you got to have some stuff in order. You got to learn some stuff. You got to focus and be intentional about all of it. So I'm happy that I started when I started because I do have a small following, which I'm very grateful for, you know. And then as I'm being patient with myself and trying to learn some other things like how to do voiceover, I even asked in, I'm saving all these strings. I know somebody might be looking, but yeah, we save all of that. But when I'm trying to learn voiceover and everything like that, I have to prepare to, this stuff is fuzzy, y'all. I didn't know it was, but you know, I have to prepare for it so that I can, you know, actually do it. And while I'm looking it up, trying to learn, you know, it's just like, oh, this how you do this and this how you do that. And you got to have this kind of editor and all of that to get this done. This fabric, I'm running out of drawer space for this fabric pieces and stuff. But, okay. So now, we almost finished cleaning up. Got another piece of paper towel. We'll put that one over here with that one. Wait, okay. That I just put over here that I was painting on. And we put these two together. See? And that's how I do it. Roll them together and tuck them right here. Then when I want to paint, I already got some right there. Okay, so now this one here, these are little felt pieces. I'm not keeping this stuff. Probably can add it to a journal, but for me, some things just don't make no sense. I ain't using that little piece. It's not paper. It probably can work, but I don't want to use it. So now here, where can I put this? Because this came out of something. I don't know where it came from because I got so much stuff everywhere. And I don't know, but it's fine right here. We'll leave it in the drawer. It's fine, it's flat, and it's going to be safe. Now, this here is the painted scraps of paper. Okay, this is my scrap bin right here. This is all scraps of paper in this big tote right here, like this. So we're going to pick all this up right here, and we're going to lift this top up and hold this near and slide that in there. And then this strip and this strip and this is a piece of, put that up there because sometimes you can't find where to put the little teeny pieces. And while you craft it, you're like, oh, I need something. Like James Brown, the late James Brown, when he used to be singing, he used to be singing, and every now and then he'd say something like, ah, or ha, or something like that. And one time Eddie Murphy said he believed that James was writing his songs, and when he got to a place where he couldn't, put a word where he needed a word, he just said, ah, or something like that, because he needed a word right there. So I just put that little stuff up here like that, because sometimes you need something, and you can just put a little something right there. So I have two more strips, and these strips are up here. So let me put them up here with this project stuff up there, okay? But these papers, the heck, all came from that young lady's journal that I was making. Now I gotta flip this around one more time. We're on 42 and everything. Let's set this up so y'all can see me. The table clean and the phone can't set anywhere. Okay, so now I gotta slide this paper in here where the ivory color paper is, and then I think it'll be all situated. Okay, all right, let's see, there it is. Slide this in here. Y'all saw the table was a mess. I had no idea it was going to take this long. Now I'm sweaty because I'm hot and my nose is running. My goodness. Okay. So now I can get this cup up here. Y'all looking at the table while I reach. My cup is getting full, but I don't think it's going to be too full right away. Now I can sit down and I can put this on the tripod. Oh, let's see. Yes. And then I got two hands, and we just have all kinds of string in here and everything. And we just save all kinds of strings because they be making masterboards and adding this stuff to journal pages. And so this, I just got the last night in the laundry because it was shredding out of one of my scarves. So I said, okay, just save all that string and hold on to it. I always save the strings. I know people don't understand, but I understand because I'm into this thing. I'm into it. I'm into it. I was talking to my daughter last night, and I kind of was a little bit sad about it because I was like, man, when I pass away, I got all of this stuff. I know somebody might say, well, why are you thinking like that? It's not about thinking like that. It's about the fact that nobody knows what day or hour. Nobody knows what day or hour when we're going to leave this world. But, oh, let's put that up there. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, when I pass away, we was having a conversation, and we was talking about stuff like that. She was talking about where she want to live and where she want to move, and she want me to live with her, and I ain't never going in a senior house and all this kind of stuff, a senior home and everything. And I was like, all this stuff that I got, it's going to be a problem because your brother going to want to throw all my stuff away and get rid of all of my stuff. And she said, yeah, he probably is. But it ain't going to happen. Y'all, excuse me. Let me move back away and go in another room and blow my nose. Hold on. I'm back. All right. Because I need to just help myself for a minute, okay? Because it was getting runny. But my daughter was saying, well, he not going to do that because I'm not going to let him do it. And I was like, girl, he'll be finished with all this stuff. I got stuff everywhere, all kinds of crates and boxes and all kinds. I'm opening these wipes, okay? I keeps this plastic on here like this because I vegan, and I put this on here because I don't want them to get dried out. Because see how this thing broke off? You ain't got time for that. You got to focus on what you can do. Just add a little piece of plastic to it and then put it under your lid, the real lid, and then it'll keep your stuff moist and in place. So, no, I didn't wash my hands, but if this Lysol wipe can't do it, then it ain't gonna be done. Not right now, okay? Ain't nobody in here. I ain't passing no germ to nobody. This my table, my phone, okay? So I only touching stuff that belongs to me. Because I know somebody, you got all mindsets and people got all kinds of opinions and things to say and everything. So we got this Lysol wipe. If it can kill corona, it can kill my blowing the nosiness. Okay? So we're just going to wipe this a little bit. But anyway, my daughter was saying, I'm not going to let him do that because I'm going to be going through all your stuff. And all of that sparked out of a conversation because as I was doing my laundry, when I was sorting it, putting it in the machine, I had this bag that I'm getting ready to show y'all. I'm not using this paint. I was using this paint the other day when I was painting on my video for hashtag 126 Picks challenge. But anyway, while I was sorting, some money fell out of the bag of scarves, right? That's what I'm going to show y'all, these scarves, or at least some of them. And I was like, oh my gosh, because when I saw the money, it was a $50 bill. And I was like, oh my God. And I started dancing and praising God right there in the laundromat, okay? Because thank you, Jesus, okay? Because we just went to the thrift store a few minutes before. I'm going to put this paint away later. Let me set it over here. I'm going to just put it, I'm going to just put, oh, right here. Wait, y'all, hold on, because this is not, let me put it somewhere right there. Just lay it in the drawer and then I can situate it later. But I saw that money and I was like, oh my goodness. And I was like, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. And I was clapping and I was just, praising God because we went to the thrift store prior and I spent $61 and I had not planned to spend it last night. But for 3 weeks, I've been looking for the opportunity to go to the thrift store because I wanted some capri sweatpants. And I was like, I can always find them in legging or, like a type of, what they call them. I call them leggings. They call them dance skins or, compression type pants. I don't know what y'all call them. I call them leggings. Meanwhile, I can always find them in capri, but I needed the capri sweatpants so it can be a little bit heavier, right? Like sweatpants, but not all the way down my legs because it's still hot outside. Anyway, y'all, we went there. I spent $61 and I found $70 in this bag of scarves. It was a 50, a 20, and a 10. I was so happy. That's $80. That was 80. That was 50, a 20, and a 10. I found $80. It was just, like folded over and folded like that. And I was like, yes. And then when I finished washing everything, put it in the dryer and was getting ready to fold, I found 5 ones folded up together. So I found $85 in my laundry last night. And mind you, this bag of scarves that I'm getting ready to bring up, I have not worn them since, most of them I've not worn since probably, I'm going to say 2014 or maybe 13, between 12 and 14. That's the last time I really wore scarves. But I used to wear them faithfully, which means that's why I have so many, right? But in washing them last night, because they have been packed away and moved out to the storage and from the storage back home and then still sitting somewhere, and I needed to use one last week as a shoulder wrap, and it smelled like it had been packed up and stored in somewhere in a sweaty box some kind of way. And so I hand washed it and put it out to dry on the line in the sun. And I said, I'm going to wash this whole bag of scarves when I go do laundry. And I did. And when I did it, I found $80 in here. I don't know where it came from because scarves do not have pockets. Okay? I don't know why the money was in this bag. And then wherever the five $1 bills came from, mostly I had on leggings last week. That's what I usually wear to work. And I don't know how they got in laundry because I only had on two pair of pants that had pockets. And I don't remember having money in either one of them. Sorry, I was getting some water. But the reason why I'm showing you all, oh, let me see my comment. Vegan say when I pass away, someone will get a lot of free paper scraps. Okay, okay, all right. Right, a lot of free paper scraps, right. But listen, they will get all of your stuff, or the landfill will, because somebody gonna clean something out and they gonna get rid of your stuff that we thought was cool and beautiful and wonderful. And you know what I'm saying? Just look at all these things, all these scissors and stuff at the thrift store somewhere in the trash. You know, some of your children, your family members, they don't understand. Like, she had all of this, and well, I don't know what in the world she was doing with all this. Put that stuff in this bag, and then it's out back somewhere waiting on the garbage man. And it's like, oh, okay. But that's how it goes, and you can't worry about that because you came in here with nothing. You can't go out of here with anything. And so whatever you have must stay behind, okay? And you can leave it to somebody, and if they want to do something and they can figure it out, then amen. And if not, you be gone, and you won't have no time to worry about none of it. So that's that. Meanwhile, we're on 52, and I've been cleaning up. And I'm just going to pull out some of these scraps. I keep lifting this up higher and higher. Because look what I found. I've been looking for where am I going to find some fabric pieces that I can make, ties and closures for my journals. And since I've not worn my scarves, like this is not one that I would use because that's one of my faves. But I have all these kinds, which I gave most of my clothes away because after COVID, I gained so much weight. And while I still can fit a 12 or 14 feels better. And so I gave away most of my 12s. And I have a few, but I gave away a lot of my clothes, like almost all of them, and all of my shoes. After I had knee surgery, the left leg and foot, wants to do and do what it wanted to do sometimes, and those shoes weren't very comfortable. So we moved from a 9 to a 9.5. I don't mind telling you these things, 9.5 sometimes can be slippy, and everything, and doesn't fit, as it should, because we only wear a 9. But we have these and we can use these. And I was so grateful when I saw that because it's like, some of them have some kind of something happening to it now. I'm not sure why. It may have had something, but some of these are real big, like coat scarves, that you double up and wrap around your neck in places. But I just wanted to show you. This one is a loop scarf. You know how you have those loop ones like a tire? And you put it around your neck some kind of way. And but I have all kinds of beautiful scarves that will make beautiful closures. See, I have 3 of these black ones like this because I'm also a minister at church, so you have to have these kinds of scarves. Some women don't have it, but I do. I would not use this either because it's just one of my favorite colors. But these kinds of things will come handy real good because, you need this kind of stuff to make these beautiful closures. And I said, we're not going to pull all of them out, but I just want to show some. Like this is a really long one, and those are not even in the bargain for making them be apart. This another circle one, but I might use it, a loop one. I just wanted to show you some of them. Got this kind of stuff here. This make good closure stuff. It's just like, oh, you got all of this pretty stuff. All this pretty stuff. Look at this. This is a nice, long, beautiful scarf. Some of these things I can use. There's two of them. And then especially these styles. I used to use these as belts. I used to wear size 10, 12, 10, 12. And all of the 10s, I think I gave them away in like '08. No, yeah, about '08, '09 in that season. And then after COVID, I gave away all of my 12s. So I have a couple of scarves like this, which will be very pretty. It's all kind, y'all. When I say I have a whole lot, y'all see how big this bag is? I have a whole lot of them, all kinds and styles and colors, and you know what I'm saying. This is the one I washed last week to use as a shoulder wrap. Beautiful, right? I have all kinds, and this was one of my very, very favorites. I used to wear this all the time. It's silk. I used to wear this all the time with all different colors, the blues, creams, reds. It was one of my favorite. So I just wanted to show you all. See, this would be lovely on a journal. This would be lovely. And that's what I wanted to show because, people want to know what you got, what you're using, how you're using it. And I used to wear this one a lot too, with gray. I used to wear this a lot. Okay, so we're going to be finished with this, okay? And I know somebody want to see them all. Let me see, let me see, let me see. This is a Christmas one. Christmas teddies and stockings and yeah. So we finished with that. I showed y'all enough for this, okay? And we got a whole lot of this stuff like this. A whole lot of these. My daughter took one last night and she said, you used to be like this. And she wrapped it around her neck and she said, and then you go into one of your shouts. And she was in there. I was like, okay, you playing. And she was laughing. I was laughing too. But, it's just a lot of beautiful scarves in here and everything. And I thought I'd show y'all, some of this. Look how lovely this is. This is just gorgeous, right? So, anyway. Anywho, as they say, I don't know why they say anywho. I don't like anywho. Meanwhile, I just wanted to show y'all those some things. And then we'll get on to our books. Okay? Okay. All right. All right. Let's move this down. Okay. Now, we're going to look at these. Now, these things right here are gorgeous. Okay? They are gorgeous. So this is a Victoriana diary. And it's from 1993. My daughter was born in 93. She's 32. That's how old this book is. But it's also very, very nice. It's kept. And I'm like, how in the world am I going to use this? And I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to use this. But this is gorgeous. This is so pretty. And she gave me these things yesterday. And I wanted to show y'all. I didn't come from the laundry. Look how pretty that is. I didn't come from the laundry until like 10 minutes to 1 a.m. And I was yet in here making the bed and putting the laundry in place and unpacking my lunch bag because I was out with my daughter the whole day and my grandson. And then we dropped him off and we went to do the laundry. And so by the time I dropped her off and then I drove home, it was 10 minutes to 1 a.m. When I laid down after I got out the shower and do all the things I had to do getting in the door, I laid down, it was 2:18, and I'm ready to go to bed now because I've been up since 9:33, and I went to bed at 2 a.m., 2:18. That's when I laid down. So this is so pretty, and some parts of it make you want to unbind the whole book. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I really don't know. But this is gorgeous. And she was asking me, do you want to have this? Because I don't know if you want to have this one or if you're interested. And I'm looking like, I do want to have it. It's very nice. And for the books that I'm about to show you, with these two included, she only charged me $16 for all of them. And I was like, you know what? It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. So I wanted to show y'all this because I need to clean off my table, and I wanted to show y'all this beautiful book. I wanted to show it last night, but I was delirious last night. I was like, girl, you can't even look at it yourself. How you going to show a video and talk about it? So this is what this was all about. So I don't know if this is 2 or 3 years. It might be 1 year. I think it's 1 year. It's just all of the pages. But it looks like it could be 2 or 3 years. It just said 93. But it's because it's going, like 16, 17, 18. Like that. Look at that. That is so pretty. Where's her face? Look at that. That is so nice. Very pretty, very pretty. That is very pretty. It's like, how can I use this? I don't even know how. I have no idea how. I have no idea how I could use this. Do you cut this up? Somebody would, I imagine. Look at that. Lovely. Let's say September. But it's pretty like for Christmas. And it's pretty for like my Asian book too. So I don't know. Maybe I will cut it up. I don't know. But I'm going to take good care of it. This is pretty. You can fussy cut all of those pieces. Just so nice, right? We won't be looking through all of the magazines, but we're going to look at the magazines and maybe in some of them. Maybe in some. It's so pretty. I like some of the pages more than others. Some of them more than others. And she has a Victorian style house. My grandson was there on her property yesterday, and he loved it. He was like, ooh, Tanta. I was like, I know, right? He loved it. And she wanted to meet him. She was like, I thought your grandson might want to ring my bell. And she was like, how old is he? And I'm like, he's 13. And she said, you think he wants to ring my bell? I said, you want to meet him? She said, yes. And I was like, wow. I couldn't even believe it. Like, my daughter thought that she was a lady that I worked with. Her sister was trying to do a yard sale, she said. So she put prices on some of the things, and this was one that did not go. But can you imagine somebody selling this Victorian Sweethearts calendar for 25 cents? And this is from 95, right? So this book, look at this. Let me show y'all something. This book was 93. That's the year my daughter was born, February of 93. This one is a Victorian calendar, 95. My son was born January 95. I said, look at that. God would let me have this. God would let me have this. And this is a calendar. I'm trying to hold it so there's no glare. It's just lovely, y'all. I just had to share this with you all because I just think it's so lovely. And she kept this stuff in such good condition. Like, I mean, the magazines that I have when I first showed these Victoria magazines, I was missing year 1995 and I think 95 and 96. I got 92 and 91, I think. 91, 95, and 96. I got all the years now back to 90. 90 to 25 is 35 years. And these magazines are in almost mint condition. You see how this looks right here. It's brand new. No crinkles, no tears, no nothing. Just wherever she had this stuff at, it was in well kept place, okay? Well kept. And it makes me like, I don't want to tear this up and destroy this stuff. This is very good. This is very good. I don't know what I'm gonna do or how I'm going to incorporate it. But what I'm not in the business of doing is hoarding and saving all this stuff because I want it. Because you know what I'm saying? We're not doing none of that. So I have to figure out. I might just take the staple out, separate these pages, and then it'll be just a page and put it in a journal. This feels like two. Lovely. Just lovely. 1995, 96, 97. Just lovely. And this gold writing is so pretty. This is so pretty, y'all. Just lovely. Okay, so those were the two pieces. And now I'm going to get the magazines. It was only a small stack. She said it's about 24 of them, Joanne, and a couple of books. And a couple of the magazines are not the Victoria magazines. And I don't know if you would be interested. And I said, I am. So I went. But before we look at them, I got these two books. When you go to the laundry, they have a section for children to go play in and everything. And they have books in there, and you can have books if you want to take a book or whatever. Kids can take a book, whatever. But they have a chair there since COVID because people just let their kids be in there and they don't check on them and all that kind of stuff. So whatever it is, they still had a few books in there. So my daughter was right there by that room and I said, what kind of books they have? And she said, Amelia Bedelia's cousin. And I said, what? I was like, girl, what? I said, is it Amelia Bedelia, Shalice? She said, it's her cousin, Ma. I said, oh, okay, you blame me tonight. So I read this one last night, as tired as I was. Emma Jean's Antlers. I read this last night and it was so cute. And I thought all this was just lovely right here. But this was a cute book. So I'm going to read this on my children's channel. This was a cute book. She said it's Amelia Bedelia's cousin. I was like, girl, if you'll shut up. Meanwhile, this was the treasure. This was the treasure. The Elves and the Shoemaker. Do you remember this book? I read this book, a little golden book story. And look at this here. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Toys R Us, $2.48. It don't get no more vintage than that, right? I mean, it can obviously, but I'm just saying. And this is large type for first readers. And so this is lovely. Look at this. I was like, yes. I read the little golden book story of this a couple of times in the past. You know, you read those kinds of books and The little people, what's their name? Hansel and Gretel, those kinds of books. So this is what this was. Remember the days of cobblers? Yeah, so this is just, lovely. Just lovely storybook. And a lot of people craft with children's storybooks and things like that. I said, this is such a good find. Such a good find. Don't know how I'm going to use it. That's a lovely Christmas image right there. Very nice for Christmas. So is this one. We put them in a Christmas journal. This one too. That one too, really, because he has, you know what I'm saying? The Christmas socks. I'm just saying. And then this is all of the pieces. And this is how they used to tell us in our story what all this stuff is, like a glossary, right? These are elves, and that's leather. Very nice book, right? Right. So that was the two that I got from the laundry last night. And then we have these magazines. So one of them, and let me get my marker because her address and stuff is definitely on these magazines. But this was one that she said, I don't know if you're going to want that, but if you don't want it, you don't have to take it. And then she gave me a Southern Living, which we love these magazines, okay? We need this stuff. I was like, I absolutely want it. So this one is from 2025, so it's recent. So she'll probably start saving me all her magazines at this point. And then let me mark this one out. This one is called Romantic Homes. I've never heard of this kind of magazine. Again, they was trying to sell it. So we can look at some of it. But these kinds of things, great for putting in junk journals. What issue year is this? 1997, March 1997. Look at that. It's just nice. Look at the egg crate. That's nice. You can cut that out. That can go in the journal. That's pretty. And use this fence and make this fence. Let's see, can we move this so we can see? Because we can't see the whole book. All right. But that fence right there, I'm going to add this to a journal on a darker paper. Look at them. Fussy cut all of them out. Use them somewhere. So pretty. Okay. Oh. She has a very lovely home. I met her on Facebook Marketplace. My daughter thought that, I think I was starting to say that, she thought that I had said that she and I worked at the same school at some point because she's a retired school teacher. And my daughter thought that I was saying that that's how I met her. And I'm like, no. I was like, she was like, Ma, she's so nice and she's so pretty with all her age spots. And, she's a Caucasian lady. And, you know, and my daughter was saying, she's so pretty, Ma. And I was like, I know, Moot. And I was like, we don't know what's going to happen, what's going to become of the relationship. I just met her on Facebook Marketplace. She said, oh, I thought you said y'all used to work together as teachers. And I said, no, I met her on Facebook Marketplace because I was looking for magazines. And she had some lots that she was getting rid of. And that's how I met her. So this one is horticulture, and it's from July 1987. I said she got all of this old stuff, right? Look at that. Lovely. Just lovely. Y'all talking about somebody happy. Sometimes I be so like, when you gonna start? Like when I was cleaning up. When you gonna start? When you gonna start? And everything. And then I'd be like, I'm gonna start. I just have to, I have to get things together and know what's going on and everything like that. I was trying to see this. Let's or something. I don't know. But, I have to get things together and everything. Know what's going on. Have something to, work with and everything. Then this one is Home Companion. It's a Christmas magazine, December and January. Let's see what year. It just says volume 4, number 1 from 2000, January 2000, December 99 and January 2000. Say Mary Engelbrecht's Home Companion. Okay. What's in here? Double stuffed holiday issue. Oh, she got a name here. Welcome to Brit Ideas. That's her name, Engelbrecht. That's her. Engelbrecht. It's the season for sharing memories and making new ones. Here are a few of my favorite things to tie with ribbons and warm holiday wishes. Okay. All right. Okay, look at that. Holy goodness. Look at that. That's old Hungarian, some kind of paprika. Look at that. Vintage is at its best. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Is that a giant peppermint stick candle? That's what it looks like. One color and one traditional. Very nice. Hang all these things on the chandelier. All these pearls and beads and things. Put the elves up there, angels and things, and let them fly upon these items over top the dinner table. Okay. All right. Lovely, y'all. Lovely. So nice. See, I'm going to fussy cut this thing out. You can use all of this stuff in different ways. Even a princess has bills to pay. Okay. Okay, now. I know it's right. Very nice. Look at that. That's so pretty. That's so pretty. Christmas tree pens. Very nice. Oh, look at the angel. Let's see. Nice. Lovely. Okay. All right. And then there is this food and wine. And let's mark this out. And we have garden designs. She has a lovely yard. Man, she's got two fig trees, and she plucked one because it was ripe, and me and my daughter ate that one, and it was so good. And she growing asparagus and spinach, and she broke off some rosemary and gave it to me for my daughter. I said, girl, you get ready to cook a steak tonight? Here goes some fresh rosemary. Just lovely at her house. Just, man, it was lovely to be there. And I went there 3 times now. So it's like, yeah, she has a very nice garden. She has like a waterfall pond, and it has tadpoles in it, and small frogs, and it was bunnies hopping around. Oh, that's nice. It was so nice. Then she sent me a picture of 2 deer, two 2 female deer, and a fawn this morning. I was like, oh, that's so nice. It was so lovely, y'all. I don't even know. All I was doing was looking for magazines on Facebook Marketplace, and that's how I met her. And you don't know what can become of it. I don't know what God's going to do, but just to have met her was a blessing. It's a blessing. And I got all these things. So the first time I got the magazines, it was 86 total. She was selling them $7 per bundle of 12. And it turned out to be 86 of them, and I bought them all. And that was $53. And then she sold me all of these that I'm showing you today, and for 16. And total these are 29. I counted them last night. So 29 with the two books. So 16 and 53. You did the math, okay? Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to be doing something here. Right. And so we don't have people on here that do things that's crazy, like, you know, that can hurt other people. But we don't know the mind of those who aren't a part of our everyday community. So we pray nobody does anything foolish, because I'm always trying to be careful. So I have a total of 27 new magazines. This one, I found that page, I said it last night, in this book or either in this calendar. Those same babies is in one of these. I know somebody might want to look through them, but I'm just showing you the covers right now because we went through some of them, but, you know, somebody want to see, and I want to look too. All right. The oldest one now is 1990, and the newer one is 2022 of these magazine set that I got from her. I have a lot of 93s. At first I was like, I don't have a 95, but I put them in date order last night. So all these are 93 so far. Lovely magazines. They are lovely. Just lovely. Look at that. Look at Elizabeth. Elizabeth Taylor. Look at that. It's a nice picture. Very nice picture. End up in somebody's journal. This one too. Yes, this is like, y'all, I'm just saying, this is good stuff. Look at that. You know I want to cut that out. That's just lovely. But you don't even have to cut it out. You can just put the whole thing in a, you can just put the whole thing in a book. Just so nice, man. I'm so happy about these magazines. These magazines will help to make my journals very special. I know everybody can't appreciate it, but, oh, and you definitely can still smell this. It's Gardenia Passion from Paris. Oh, it smells lovely. Let me rub this on my t-shirt. Oh, you can still smell that. Wow. Oh, it's lovely. Y'all want to smell? It smells so nice. Oh, just lovely. I didn't think it was going to be able to be, you know, picked up on my hand. You got to get close to the paper, but no, no, no. It was there. Uh-oh, what was that? Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. That's pretty. I saw something yellow. Look at this paper. Look at this paper. Vintage. I saw something yellow. Oh, look, oh, look at that Spiegel. Who has a Spiegel magazine? Okay. Oh, that's what I saw. That's the same perfume that I just rubbed my hand in. Okay. And just cut this whole piece out. Y'all see? It's amazing how paper caramelized on the edges like that, and the book is just closed. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, this one is 94, and this is 95. I didn't have any 95s or 96. And this one is 95. And this one is 95. And this one also. And this one also. And this one is 96. I have to save one of these. I need one of these tags. I'm going to take one of them off. Let me see if I can get it off. It's peeling out. You hear it? It's so old that it's not even stuck to the book anymore. Peeled straight off like this. I need to save this. I'm going to put it inside the cover somewhere so I can keep up with it. Just tape it down on here. Let me see what's on the other side of this page first. Oh yeah, I can tape it to here so I can just keep up with that. I'm going to maybe put it somewhere else. But I know her address. I saved it. I got a phone number and her address. And this one is 96. And this is the last one coming up, and it's a 97. Um, all right, and this is 97. Wow. So I got all of that from her yesterday. Can you imagine? So 86 and 27. So 86 and 27. 80 and 20 is 100, and 6 and 7 is 13. It's 113 plus 2 books. It's 115 items that I got from her. That's incredible. That's incredible. Oh, I didn't mean to let that drop. I didn't mean to let that drop. Suppose we choose a book and try to make a make with one. With one, I wonder, can it happen? I have a lot of 93s. Let's see if we can use a 93. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 93s. So let's move all the rest and see if we can end our video and make a glue page. All right, let's see. Oh, set them off to the side and put this on top of here. And let's see if we can make one. because it's definitely, it takes time because we're not going to rip the papers up. We're not going to rip the papers up because these are quality vintage magazines and I can't tear the paper. I don't want to tear the paper. And I love tearing, but I'm not going to tear because it's just, it's a good magazine. I love this page so much. Every time I open to this, I love this page. I've not been able to make one like that yet, but I started these and I said I was going to make something with them. I glued them in. So let's go behind them. Let's go behind them. This is something I was saving from something I tore out already. So let's go behind the cat and the dog and see if we can make something. I'm going to try one page first because I don't know what. Okay, let's see what we can get. Oh my gosh, did y'all hear that? That opening was creaking. This a Christmas one? Yeah, this a Christmas. It's January, it's after Christmas. Let's see. I don't want to use Christmas. Let's see. Because I want to save my Christmas magazines for Christmas. So that's November and January, even though, I'm going to save these two. Put this back over here. Because November and January. It's not a December one up here. So I don't know what happened to that issue. Okay. Let's see what we can get. Let's see what we can get. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start, honey. Painting with sunlight as a muse. I mean, everything is lovely, so I don't even know where to start with it. Okay. Let's see what we can get. We have to be very careful. Very careful in what we select. This is lovely right here. Isn't that lovely? That is lovely. Let's get this as a starter. It's just going to cut a dinner plate or whatever it is. And that'll be okay. Should we get the words? I don't think we need the words. Okay. And then we need our knife so we can cut this piece. Oh, we tore that. We might not need to clean it up. It's all right. We might not need to. It depends. We're not sure where we're going to use it at. Okay. Let us put it here. Yeah, let's put it right there. Not that. Okay. Let's start here. I don't know where, but we're going to start here and put it right across where you open the page. All right, let's see. All right. Okay. Okay, let's see what else we find that we can put in here. I like that too. I like this. I want this too. I want this. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. And if you cut it, you only get half. I wanted this right here. I saw that and I wanted that. It's right here in a different way. Lovely. Just lovely, y'all. All right, let's just take, I don't know what to take of it. I don't know what to take. Oh my goodness. This is always going to be a challenge. Every time. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to go ahead and cut and create, right? That's what we're going to do. We're not going to worry about it. We're going to cut and create because that's what we're doing. That's why we got the magazines. Okay. Now, this looks like a job for opening the book because I folded it, not knowing how I would do for 2 pages. I don't know which way I want to use it. Didn't I say I wasn't going to tear? I did say that. This is nice. I don't know what to do with it now. I want to tear this off. And you can. Just don't tear out the book. When you tear, don't tear out the book. But you can tear this paper. And it's okay. Okay? You can tear this. It's all right. It's yours. You can tear it. Nobody's going to get you. I'm having this conversation with myself because, you know, it's just lovely, and I don't want to really tear it up. So I just want to handle it with care and everything. It's lovely. That's lovely. Now I'm back to maybe 1 page again. Because I don't know if I'm going to do 2 pages now that I tore it. Okay? I'm just going to use some things that we like and put it down. And it might not make sense, but it's going to be okay. We're going to glue using what we like. Okay? It's going to be all good. Okay. And now let's put this here. Putting this here. And then we're going to get this. We should just keep this whole piece. I should have kept that edge, but I ain't keep it. It's okay. Always want the little rough, raggy edge. just make sure you stay close to the end so you don't take too much of your text out and everything. This is cute already. Okay. All right. And then I'll put this one. Like, I wonder here. I wonder here, like this. I don't know why. I don't know why, but that's the way I want it. I don't know why. I can't make no sense out of it either. Why you putting it upside down? I don't know. Maybe just because I want to. I don't know what to put it at. I don't like it like this. I like it like that. It's kind of there. All right, don't put that piece down. We might find something that we want to put under it. All right, let's see. Have we torn from this magazine twice? Yes. We cut. Yes. Let's use another one. Put this one at the bottom. Let's see what else we see. It's lovely. That's a nice piece right there. Some say romance is old-fashioned. That's a good saying right there. I'm going to get that. I want to get it. Let me save this one. Put this back in here. I'll cut it too close to there. It says, some say romance is old-fashioned. And she say, I say it's timeless. Its beauty has sustained it. Its style still applies. The world outside my house may be sleek and new, but inside my home must be pure poetry. York obviously feels this way too. Their beautiful wall coverings and fabrics gave direction to my quest and let me invite a little romance into my home. Okay. Okay. It's all about this house and the love of it. I get it. I get it. Tear this around here. We're going to keep all of this caramelized edge of these papers that we're tearing, because we can use them somewhere else. Okay. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. Then we'll put this down right, right here, this way. We also can put it here. Oh, that's nice too. Oh, that's nice. But what if I find something else to put there? Let's just put a little piece of glue here. I like it there too. Let's just put a little piece. We might find something that we can't really stick that down. I want this. And I saw that, I think, in the other magazine too. I don't remember. This text is all lovely. Look at that. There's someone's face in the backdrop. This is lovely. Behind this makeup lies a love story. Okay? Look at that ant. Luckily for you, he can only lift 10 times his body weight. Okay. That's nice. I want this. Oh, I can get that. That's Clinique. Dear friends. Maybe like a Dear Abby. Okay, I'm going to get that. Miss Linda doesn't mind that I'm cutting these magazines out. She said, you might find something beautiful to do with these. They have lovely pictures. She said, I hope you have fun creating your crafts. That's what she said. So she knows and understands what I'm doing with these books of hers. It's like she bought them for me and her, and I would have to, you know, give something back to her holding them for me or something. That's how I kind of see it. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I'm so grateful. That's lovely. That's lovely. We need some black ink for this one though. Brown might look good too though. Wait, let me see. I might just stick with the brown for a minute. The brown might look good. I'm thinking because it's black around this edge, but maybe I should use the brown. And put that around here. Hello there, Andrea. How are you? Make that a little bit more aged out. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Oh no, I won't stick that down yet. Let's put this here. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Look like we need some kind of like this here thing. Something like that happening. Let me see. Let me see what I see in here. This one look alright. That's nice too. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this. Let's see. It's not cut enough. But what are you talking about? You see me, I'm busy. I said I'm busy. You don't talk to me while I'm working. You don't come over here and talk while we're working. You see I'm busy. You pooty head. He's over here like, what are you doing, mommy? What are you doing? Oh, you don't come over here and grab on me. You don't grab on me. I said I'm working. He said, can I just get 2 scratches? Okay. Now I'm working. In a minute, little pooty. See, this is my bedtime, and he knows it. It's like it's almost 9 o'clock. He over here talking. Like, come on. Clawing me and everything in a gentle way. Like, come on. He knows I go to bed about 8, 8:30. He's like, what are you doing? You're not focused right now? I'm like, I'm focused. I'm working. I'm working, little boy. Okay. We'll put this down, and then we'll put this. Oh, here. It's okay. Is it coming up? Don't come up. And then we'll put this across here. And that's lovely. And then we'll use this side down here. Somewhere. I might put it here. And then come back and add something else. That's what I'm going to do. All right, and then put it right on here. All right. Put it right on top of here, like so. Then find something else to put in here. that can go real nice. Oh, that's a cute little blue picture in the middle of the page. They call it berry picker. I can't set the book down because it's glue right here. I don't want it to get stuck to it. Let's see. Oh, look at that. These are nice pages to put in a journal. Real nice pages. Really nice. Really, really nice. Okay. No, I need something that can go on my page. Something. I don't know what the something is. Look at all this. This is so nice. Pen and paper. That's what this is called. Pen and paper. You see it? Just lovely. Y'all just lovely. I'm just saying that I'm so happy that I met Miss Linda. This is such a blessing to me. Such a blessing. Oh, I like this too. I might get that. What's on the back of this? Oh, and it's a folder, an ear dog. What you call a dog ear? I called it an ear dog. It's a dog ear. Okay, she folded that. So, if I cut that off, oh, that's going to be fine. I might want that favorite things thing. I might. See, these things you can cut. Like that pillow don't make no difference to me, but I want this. So I'm not going to worry about that piece because I want this. I really want to cut it with my zigzag scissors, I think. But you know, they act stupid sometimes. Let me get another piece of paper to put underneath of it and see if I can get it to cut nicely. To cut nicely. Okay, I had a paper pair. This my used to be my fabric ones, but I started cutting paper with it, and I said, let me order me another pair of fabric pinking shears because you can't use the same ones for paper and fabric because it won't cut the fabric after you do the thing. Oh, I put them up. I forgot I had to cut this side. I forgot. I just thought, oh, okay, you took that. All right. Okay, Pootie, I'm almost finished. You don't tell me what to do. I'm the adult. I'm the leader. And then we can put that on here. I need to cut this a little bit more. What stink? I said I'm busy. They, they hear you. You don't talk to me. I'm the leader. I'm the leader. He don't tell me what to do. He's not the boss. He's not the boss of me, y'all. You don't, he said, come on. I said I'm busy. This little pootie, he think he the boss. And then as soon as I get up there and get myself prepared for bed and lay down, then here he come jumping on the bed and want to lay on my chest or my side or wherever, however I'm laying. And then he'll lay there until I get good and comfortable. Then he'll jump down. It's like, little boy, what you think you're doing? You're not the boss. I'm going to put this in here like so. Okay. Lovely. That's lovely. Now, I still need something here. I want something else. A flower of some sort to put there. Something. Just a little. Let's see if it's safe to put the book down. Let's see if we find something. Wait a minute. Hold on. We got to focus on this glue over here and not leave this. little plastic piece off for that be dried up. We can't even use it. All right. We need us a little flowery piece that something small like that, but big enough to. Okay, let's look at another one. Let's put this one under the bottom. Let's see. That's a pretty vase right there, but it won't fit right there. I just need something that I can put under there that's, I don't really know what, but something like this. Something like that. What am I working on right now? I'm working on a glue page, a collage, and I'm taking it from these vintage magazines, just finding pretty things and gluing them down, making a lovely page ensemble. This is beautiful. See, I want something like that, but that's way too big just to put in that corner of that. This is nice too because it's spilling over. Let's see something. What's back here? Oh, we can't get that. Oh, we can't get it. All these ballerinas. Oh, these magazines are lovely. Just lovely. Gorgeous. I want a flower, a plant, or something. These become my dilemmas. What else do I need? Maybe something here. Maybe it can be something flowery that can spill over, start here, and be wide. But I want to cover the entire ink pen. I don't know what it will be. I don't know what it will be. Oh, it might be this. Let me see. That might work. I'm not sure. I really don't want that. I really want something that, look at her. Okay. I really want something that I can kind of fussy cut, but it won't be so big that it takes up the whole space of the ink pen, but it can kind of spill over. How lovely is that? How lovely is that? Just gorgeous. This is just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. It's a pretty lamp. Oh, oh my goodness. All right, let's look in this one. Let's see. Let's put this beneath. We're rotating so we know that we've already looked in certain ones or those ones or something. Oh, we're on 2 hours and 4 minutes. Oh my God. Look at that. That's lovely too. That's where I just got this, Dear Friends. And this one is Dear Friends. It's like a Dear Abby column. See, like this is nice right here. That's nice. But how can I get that out the basket? I need more. I want something. So maybe I'll just have to find an image of some sort to put there. Don't know what kind. Because I didn't bring Oh my gosh. Y'all see this? This stuff is lovely. This is lovely stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay? Just lovely. Just lovely. Wings. Let's see. I can't smell that other fragrance so well. I can smell a little bit. Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is nice. It say Giorgio Beverly Hills Wings. Set your spirit free. That smells good. That's nice. It almost it almost smells like wind song a little bit, but in a different kind of way. You are cute too. Gotta find something to put. Two somethings, one thing there, one thing at the top. Can't be too big. Must make sense. Oh, see, here we found something. But this a whole page you can use. This a whole page you can use. See, this is exactly what I wanted. Something like this. Or this. Because this piece is even better. This piece. Because I think I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I think this will do. I think this will do. Okay. I hated to cut that page. I did. I have to confess. I hated to cut that. I hated to do it. Okay. So, I don't guess we. Child. I was not going to cut it like fussy cut it, but I think I should stick with the original plan. Stick with the original plan. It's going to make it turn out better. Okay. I don't want to cut this, but I'm going to cut the words part, and I'm going to put it close by because I have to get it out of here or else it will not come together. It'll be underneath here. So we don't want that to happen. So we'll just do it this way. Come all around it, everything. And then wow. All right. Almost there. Almost there. We won't have to get all of it, but we will get what we can. What we can, and then put it down. All right, now we gotta come this way and work backward a little bit. work backward a little bit. This part not easy because it's almost like trying to do it from the left hand. I hold that right there for a second, and then goodness. I'm gonna take this piece around and take this in here. Okay. And then see if we can get this. It's not easy, y'all. Don't think that it is, because it is not. Oh man, you gotta be so careful. Oh boy. Somebody say, are you serious? Right, right, right. Are you serious? Exactly. That's how I felt too. But it makes it look so nice when you do it, if you do it right. You gotta be careful. You gotta be patient. Okay, and that's what we got. My favorite saying of yours is, okay, because I yet be saying it. And I told one of my little friends in school the other day, she hardly ever talks to anybody. I mean, she'll talk, but she really doesn't. And all of my kids in our class are brown like me, right? And she's not brown like me, but she's like this paper right here, a little caramelized and everything. So she doesn't really talk to anybody. And all right, we're gonna put this on top because it can't work under there. Um, and one of the little boys in the classroom, he wasn't really doing what we should have been doing at the activity station that I was working with them at, and and he was sitting there just like not really with us. And I said, "Tell him he's not focused." She said, "You're not focused." I said, "Oh my God." It was so cute. I said, "Oh, let me get your teacher over here." So then I called the teacher near, and she's Filipino, right? So she says, yes. And so I say, listen, she can listen. And she started listening, and she thought to say, oh, you got caught on your own word, meaning to say that she thought that I was being told by the little one that I'm not focused. And I said, no, she's saying it to him. Listen. And then we were all laughing because she rarely talks. Everything she does, she tap at me and pointing. And I say, what you saying, mommy? Because all the teachers, everybody thinks that she is like Hispanic or Latino because she doesn't talk. And they be trying to talk to her in Spanish. And she just be looking like, okay, what are you saying? And I was listening to them talking Spanish, and I was like, wow, she doesn't understand none of that y'all saying. She didn't talk to nobody. But then she come to me, and she started talking recently to me a little bit, and she'll say, Miss Howard, Miss Howard. And she's got the softest voice. But she told our friend yesterday, I said, tell him he's not focused. She said, you're not focused. I said, okay, all right. It was the cutest thing. So we got that, and that's lovely for there. Now we just need something right here, y'all. We almost like 2.5 hours. This is incredible. Let me get this little tag because I wanted this. If you don't get out that corner, you not focused, Pootie. What in the world? I don't know what just happened. Let me go see what just happened. I thought my son was in there. I know my son went down the steps. I don't know what this cat doing in here. Cause surely he not focused. I don't know what in the world just happened. Y'all hold on one second. She said, told you. Right. He not focused at all. What in the world? What the heck was that? I don't know what he in here doing. Why you up there, stupid? You not focused? These cats is not focused. You understand? Listen, they not focused. Oh my God. They not, they not focused. Look, this one right here. Look at him running. That's my tripod. He the man in here first because he know what in the world was happening. He in there scratching on his log now. You see him? He going across the couch. He got a log in there and everything. A log, like a real one from outside, because I don't play that. And I found them a nice log. And look at this one. And he was over here in these boxes. Y'all see these boxes? Oh, this is enough for talk about everything. My house is packed up like this. I don't know if I'm moving or unpacking. I'm not sure what's happening. But the little one came from out of here. And now he up there on this couch. Okay, because the big one was right here laying down. And then he came in there with me. Because why you all the way up there? Okay, this is how my house is looking. All packed up like this. Okay. Neat and in order. Okay. Somebody might got something to say. They ain't focused either. Okay. I don't care what they say. They don't live here and they don't know my story. Keep following me and learn something about what we're doing over here. Because what we're doing over here is playing with these papers and not being ashamed about what's happening. I paid my rent. I still live here. You understand? Okay. That's how we're moving. All right. We're talking about these cats not being focused. Okay? Okay. Over here, paying the rent and the gas and electric and the water bill, buying food, playing with this paper, okay? Going to work, going to church, praying, waiting on Jesus to say what we're doing and what we ain't doing, okay? That's it. We'll make a little tag right here so this can accompany that. Let's use some of this strong wet glue that can make sure to stay in place and everything. Okay? That's how we rolling over here. I didn't know what was happening. Cat came running in here like he heard something. Scared him out of his sleep some kind of way. All right, now I'm gonna put a little teeny bit there. I don't want it to lay all the way down, but I don't want it to be up so far that it get torn off. Okay, just a little bit. Able to move. Bend these up. Put that down. That's how I like it. Okay. See how that came out. My house still looks like that after 5 years, unfortunately. Okay, Andrea? Ain't nobody playing. We over here living the way we living. Until Jesus say we can buy this house, we not unpacking. It's been 4 years since 24, and since 21, and it's 25. So it's been 4 years, and it's gonna stay like this until ain't nobody unpacking to repack. I don't know what's going on. When the Lord say something, then we're gonna know something. Other than that, Okay, whatever we looking for, we gonna buy it again because we ain't going through the boxes to find it. Okay, that's all we got over here. Meanwhile, we need one thing here, and it just need to be the word love or something like that. I don't know. Something like that, or lovely or something, because that's what I like and that's what I'm feeling. Okay, that's where we at with it. A life full of flowers. Okay, this is beautiful. Look at that. It's a nice Christmas for Christmas time. Gold thread. Just beautiful. Look at all this thread. Just lovely. Just lovely. These are awesome magazines. So grateful that these have come into my hands in life. Look at this. I just want to go to London and be right here like this because I love it. But I can't wear these tank tops. I have to do this. Honey, I was sweating and everything. I got to stay here in Maryland. Okay, is somebody over there laughing? Y'all better laugh because I ain't playing. I be sweating having one of these tremendous hot flashes, honey. And it won't be pretty. They be saying, you all right? Are you all right? Have you been running? No. I'm yet standing still. And the sweat is serious. Okay? All right. They won't even understand. What are we drawing? Hi, Pamela. We're not drawing anything. How about a roll? How you doing, sugar? We're not drawing anything, baby. We're yet making a collage glue page from these magazines. You cut out beautiful things and you get some glue of some type and you begin to collage things together and come up with pretty somethings like, whatever you're feeling like you want your page to look like. You just, work it out and get on here and begin to talk to your friends and, you know, they say, go back, go get that thing over there. And we go back and get it and put it down and add stickers and fun things. And that's what we're doing over here. We're doing this. Okay? That's what we're doing. I needed a word. I said love or lovely or something like that. But I'm not seeing a word like that in here. Okay? Maybe we'll write the word up there. Okay? Because we've been here a long time. All right? So let's get us a complementary color. Maybe there's red. And just write love. Because we don't know. Or lovely. Is that how you spell lovely? I am a teacher. Okay? I am a teacher. It don't mean that you can spell everything right all the time. Sometimes you can and sometimes you can't. Lovly. No, that's not right. I have spelled it correctly. Okay, you can check. It's all right. Ask somebody. Mistakes are part of learning. Don't forget that, okay? Mistakes are part of learning. And so, if you make a mistake, admit to it, grow by it, and keep going. That's all we got. You know how many mistakes people make in the course of a day? A whole lot of them that they don't want to own. Okay. The dictionary is the dictionary. I'm just a person. You understand everything's all right. You might say, you're a teacher. How did you spell that wrong? Because I'm human. It's called human error. Okay. All right. Something happened here. I think it's some kind of glue there or something like that. I don't know. But whatever it is, we are yet adding a word. When you don't have something to put there, you can write something, do a doodle, and let it work. Okay? And it will be fine. And it will be lovely. Yeah, some kind of glue up there. Something like that. Let me see, do I still know how to do these things? Something like that. Okay, and it's okay. Just give it a little bit of something here in this corner. Doodle it up, and it's all right. Just like that. And there we have it. We only did one page. We did not do 2 pages. We did one page. It says, what grade do you teach? I am a teacher's assistant this year for kindergarten, but I used to teach pre-K 3, which is really like nursery. So nursery, pre-K 4, and kindergarten 5-year-olds. So 3, 4, 5 for 9 years. And then I taught grade 5 through 12 for 1 year. And then I went back to kindergarten, second grade down, second 1 and 2. Second 1 and 2. Second is 2, so second 1 and K. That's what I mean to say. Oh, that rhymes. Second 1 and K. And that's what I usually work with today. But I substitute any class grade 5 down for my school when a teacher is out for an extended period of time. Then I'm a long-term sub for a classroom. But right now I'm working in kindergarten these last 2 years. Okay. So that's our page, y'all, and our whole video. Somebody say, yep. Amen, Andrea. Jesus is Lord to the glory of God the Father. Amen. And so thanks for hanging out with me and everything. I know it was a long video. Some people popped in late. Some people been here the whole time. Some people walked out and came back, and everything's all right. I had a long, thank you, lady. I had a long video because I was cleaning my table and then putting stuff away, and then I was showing my scarves, and then I was showing the books and the calendar and then the magazines, and then I decided to make a page. So it's just, been a wonderful thing. I'm going to just add a few things in here because I feel like it's a little bit plain somewhere. And I'm just drop some little bit of hearts in to just complement this red, that red, this red, and that with this banner. That's the only thing that I'm doing here. Just dropping these in just so we feel like we have done a thing in a wonderful way. Okay? That's all. All right. It's just lovely. Everything's all right. Let's play with a little bit of marker. Add a little something there, color pencil. This ink is running with the glue over here. It's glue, but it's okay. We'll just drag it out a little bit further and stretch this one over a little bit more because the glue is not playing nice. Okay, and then that's kind of it. And this is not even showing up because of the glue. Let's try to put this one a little bit upside down a little bit, like it's floating away. Okay. And one got away, and I ain't glued this up here. Still flipped up because I thought maybe sometimes when I'm making my pages, sometimes I say, don't glue it up all the way because if it's hanging out with me like that, maybe I'll get to put something behind it like I wanted to do here. It just didn't work out, so I had to put it on top. And it's okay. So we got that. And we might just add another little one here. And maybe one here. And that'll pull the whole page together like that. All right. So I think that's it, y'all. And I might come back tomorrow and do something. I need to keep catching up with my hashtag 126pics and my hashtag faith-filled collaging. I need to keep working on that, but I don't know. I'm trying to get some other things going too. So this was the make for the night. Hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for hanging out with me because, you guys show up and I'm here and you stay or come back and that's a wonderful thing. Pam said I'm a lunch monitor. for the elementary school. Amen. And we need them because school is not as it used to be. And we need these monitors, hall monitors, cafeteria monitors, teachers' aides, aid for the teachers' aid. We need all of that. School is most challenging most days. So, it's a blessing to, be able to still serve and be in the place to help the children. I got so many kisses yesterday from some of my students. They just, was giving me, it seemed like not everybody, but one, two, three or four of my students wanted to kiss Miss Howard yesterday. So, you know, I was like, okay. And they kindergarten, and that's how they feel. Some kids, they feel like you're a mommy, and they can kind of relate to you, even though you have to keep talking to them and you have to set them back at their table off the carpet and, all that kind of stuff. And they had to take a little minute out and you had to keep correcting them and redirecting them and correcting them some more. And some of them understand that it's love that they're getting. And sometimes the children don't get the instruction, the correction that they need. And when they see it and they hear it and it's consistent, they find like a respect. They find a respect that shows up in a form of love, and they want to give you hugs and they want to give you kisses. So I had one little girl, she's so busy. I was explaining, she just transferred into our class Monday that just went past. And she came from the other kindergarten across the hall. And she's super, 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 super busy. Okay. And I was explaining her to my daughter last night when we were at the laundry, and she said, she sounded like Tyen to me. Tyen is my daughter's son, my grandson, who's 13. And I just shook my head yes to her because this little girl is so similar to my grandson when he was little like that. And she's sassy mouth when she wants to be. And it's just, she be like, and nah. You talking, and it's like, nah. Like, what, like this. They, kids be doing this in school. Like, there you go running your mouth. And it's like, where these little people come from with this disrespect is so great and crazy. But, man, I'm sitting in a chair like this in my chair, and she jumped up on the back of my chair, which is like a computer chair. She jumped up on it, and then she climbed on top here, and then she slid down behind me and wrapped her legs around me like this. And then she put her arms over top of me like this, and she was just sitting in the back of my chair, hugging me right there, and just kept kissing me. Just kept kissing me. And I was like, little girl, if you don't get out of my chair. And there was no way for me to get up and move right away because I had 4 and 5 students standing in front of me. And they like, she just keep kissing you, Miss Howard. Why she on your chair? All this stuff is just so busy. Just run out the classroom, run down the hall, gone, don't nobody know where she is, and all that kind of stuff is so crazy in school today. But yesterday she was all over me. She's been over me like for the first day I called her dad. Soon as we came from lunch, that was at 11:25. She had to get picked up. Tuesday, the same thing after lunch. Wednesday, he didn't come and get her, although I called him. And then on Thursday, he came, and then Friday, and she's been hugging me since Tuesday, just hugging me and sitting on my lap and all of that. She can't help what's happening, and I just love her so much because she reminds me of my grandson, and I just want to help her. And I've been praying that God gives me a special anointing to, just help her and be in place for her and with her through the rest of the school year, because she needs somebody and she needs that kind of structure and that kind of consistency and that love. And so she was all over me yesterday. And then two other students wanted to kiss Miss Howard. So I just reached over and let them kiss me on my little cheek and everything. And the kids, they love you when they love you. And that's what that is. But it's the same way that, we see upper elementary and they having a bad day, or they crying and you're not sure why, or they having an attitude and they breaking out in some type of attitude with their body language, or they cursing and doing all kinds of things, and then you can just be like, come here. Some of them screaming and they like what the kids call kirking out and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, come here, baby, come here. Just come to Miss Howard, come here. And then they'll come and then you get to hug them and, just love on them a little bit. And then they be like, the next time they see you, they be like, hi, Miss Howard. Or they'll say, Miss Howard, you got some snacks? You don't know what the kids dealing with, what they coming from, when they come to school and what they got to face. And like it's lunchtime and it's not too long from now, I got to go home, that kind of thing. Well, no. Times are changing and a lot of these kids are in the homes and they know two-parent families, and some of them, moving from pillar to post with family members. And, they're here this time and over there. And, it's just a lot going on in families. I know my family went through a lot when I was separating from my husband back in 2012 and 13. But, we had to move around and all of that. And it affects children, and we don't know what's going on in people's lives. So we just try to love on them and help them through and, pray and say, God, help me help them. Because these kids is incredible, and they are. But the Bible said it was going to be that way. And we living in a season where, people don't want God or Jesus or church or Bible or rules or structure or anything. They just want what they want. And that's it. It's always been that way, but it's even more so today. So that's where we are, and school is almost horrible. I'm talking almost horrible. Meanwhile, my phone is dying. It just turned black. So let me put the charger on. Yeah. Before it cuts my video off. And there we're saved. And so yeah. So we appreciate opportunities to share. And so Miss Pamela, thank you for hanging out in the schoolhouse too, because it takes a village and more than a village today. And you know, while they don't even let teachers teach, the system just not designed for teaching anymore. It's all about politics. You know what I'm saying? Get the data so you can keep the funding. And, if the kids get something while you passing it out, let them get that. Other than that, try all these things that keep the funding rolling. And that's kind of what school has become today. And I'm always sad by that. I'm struggling every day. And I'm saying, well, I just want to get up early and go to work and get off early. And the schoolhouse is where I can do that freely and I can help children while I'm doing it. And while I don't have the responsibility that the classroom teacher has, I can give the children the other stuff that the teachers don't have time for, which is life skills. Baby, show some respect. Baby, do you need some t-shirts? I'm talking to girls. Do they need tank tops? Do they need sports bras? Boys and things like that. You need a new hoodie, baby, that kind of thing. And because I'm a thrift store shopper and I can order some things at Amazon sometimes, and, I do things like that and help where I can help, when I can help. And so that's always a blessing. And so even in small ways, the scripture says, one plant, another water, but the Lord gives the increase. And so I just try to, do my little part, my small piece. and that's it. And I love when I get opportunities while I'm, crafting, and I get to talk about God and Jesus and, how real life is. Because today I was thinking, maybe I should start a podcast. I don't really know what to do, but meanwhile, I'm working with these papers, and I sometimes think about doing voiceover because I'm not a storyteller at all. And I think about, maybe I'll record me reading a book or something like that. Just start a book and read, and then I'll let some of that book play while I do, some of that book recording play while I do my crafting. But some people say, no, 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 we want to hear you talk. No, 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 no. We want to hear you talk. And sometimes I have nothing to say because I'm not a storyteller and I don't really know. But then there is times when something comes up, like, what do you teach? That Pamela asked. And it just broke into a whole spill of, how it is in the schoolhouse and what the kids really need and stuff like that. And that's my interest, because what if we were kids today and we had not learned and are not learning? This world would be in trouble. But for our great, for my great grandmother and my grandparents, they couldn't go to school because of slavery time and all that kind of stuff. They couldn't go to school. They had to help take care of siblings and work fields and days work and all that kind of stuff. And it was hard. And when they were able to be free people and come along, then they were able to, you know, work and earn and do a little something. And they, went through hard, difficult times for my mother and her siblings and people in that age group so that they could go to school and do and learn and be and become. And then they had us and we were made to do. You know what I mean? So where one group couldn't, the next group could, then the next group had to. And now we're facing groups that don't get a chance to and don't want to. And that's incredible in the world. That's incredible in the world. And it really is. It's sad when you look at it, but some people don't look at it and see it and think about it. They only think about like poor black people and poor Latino and Hispanics, or something like that. And that's just all they say. It's just that these two classes of people are just, and it's like we all bleed the same red blood. We all have a heartbeat. God created us all, and we're all human. There's only one race. It's the human race. All of us are human, and that's just how it is. And it's just sad because, I don't know. I can't really explain the whole thing, but we all looking at it. Some don't care about what we're looking at, but we're all looking at what's happening and how the times have changed and are changing. It's not just about inflation. Inflation is incredible and on the rise, but things have changed drastically in the world, and the children are sorely affected by it. And we have a whole population of people, generation of people who don't care what's happening in their parents, and they don't care what's happening. And a lot of it is because, they didn't care. They wanted to get out of school too. They like, I'm tired of going to school. And they passed laws that said nobody left behind and graduated in grade 11 but never walk across the stage and all that kind of stuff. And the kids wanted to do that because they wanted to be grown before it was time to be grown. They can't, a lot of kids, a lot of grown people, I'm going to say from age 30 down to about 19, That group, say 30 to 19, a lot of them can't read, write, spell, fill out an application, do a resume. All races of people. I'm talking race in terms of, ethnicity. It's just sad. And then they are parents to children who are in school and don't get educated. They're in school, they have to go to school. And I hear so many people saying in school how that school has become a free daycare. And I say, yep, with all kinds of resources and 2 free meals. Okay, so that's where we are. Thank God that we can serve where we can. God knows about all of it. Let me read my stuff here. Let's see. Thank you for what you're doing for the Lord. You are doing God's work. Amen. When I struggle, falling asleep, I turn on your lives and your voice is so comforting. Aw, that's a blessing. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I know you did not. Thank you. I'm so grateful. I'm glad that I am a comfort to you in some way, that God uses my voice to help you so that you can relax and it's soothing to you and you can rest and you know, just take comfort in the Lord and know that he loves you and that he's concerned about you. We don't know how he's going to show up and how he's going to help, but he will. And maybe, he will just direct you to other things besides me. And if it's just me that he's using, may he give me more to say that will give you more for what you need when you need it, and not just you but others as well. Because I want to be useful. I don't want to just do this because it's a hobby, but I want to do it because one, I love it, and two, if I can get some financial exchange from it. But I also want to be able to reach people in a way that even if I don't know, they know that God used me to be influential in some way in their lives, and that it would just point back to him and he get the glory from it, because that's what our faith-filled collagen is. It's incorporating God's word and his love for us in what we love, which is paper crafting. And I can't think of nothing else that I want to do. I don't even want to do nothing else besides sit here and create and make journals and make them inexpensive so people can buy them and want to buy them. I want to be worrying about somebody paying 150, 75, 190, 220, $300 and $400 for these books. I don't have time for that. I just want to sell them and talk and have good conversations and write to people and, get to a place where I can't answer every comment, but I do respond to my comments because I appreciate people's time and the fact that they are writing and talking to me, because they don't have to. So with that being said, y'all, we've been on here 2 hours, 49 minutes and 18 seconds and counting, and I'm going to go. So may the peace of God be with you all and take good care of you, and that you find your hope in him and you trust him daily for your lives. I'll see you guys soon, and have a great rest of the weekend. Peace and blessings.